All right, here we are, episode 52.
2 more.
Yeah, Jeremy, we've gotten to 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah, in the the Workspace Collective of studio.
Yep.
Been treating us kind of nice.
Yeah.
We got the AC fixed. Was excited about that.
We lasted this long.
We did. They didn't kick us off the air yet.
Not yet. Surprised.
But I'm excited. We were talking a couple weeks ago, the event, ALW, Star Spangled Slammer at the Ocean Center. And it was one of the events we sponsored, and it was something we were really excited about. It was bringing independent wrestling to an arena, which, doesn't happen very often. You get the WWEs, the AEWs that come in and, they get the arena shows. Independent wrestling, it's usually smaller venues, and this was a big one, a place where WCW was, the NWO was formed. And independent wrestling was coming to the Ocean Center. It was something, we just wanted to be a part of. And really excited today because on the show, Jeremy.
On the show.
We have the MWO World Champion Morning Show with the Monsters. Ladies and gentlemen, Amber Nova.
Woo! Thank you guys for the introduction.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
That was a really great show at Daytona. Thank you for talking about that.
It was a fun time, and you were in the ring with one of my favorites growing up was Hot Rod Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
and you got to go against Teal Piper, his daughter.
Yeah, yes, a second generation wrestler. It was our first matchup, first time working together. It was definitely a rowdy match. I don't know if you guys saw the video clip where I chopped her, but she started it first, and I lit up the arena, that echo when I chopped her.
Oh,
it was a good match. But thanks.
You could hear it throughout the arena, Jeremy. It was a good one.
You heard it.
And then the high flying moves too. I didn't expect that coming.
Oh yeah, but everybody knows me as the flying squirrel, as the Monsters in the Morning. Russ, Ryan, Angel, how they tease me. I am a little flying squirrel. Maybe it's like the long brown hair, and I do all the luchador wrestling, so high flying head scissors, hurricanrana, all jumping off the top rope, all of that stuff. Because if I'm the little wrestler, I have to be fast on my feet and jumping at people. I'm not the big wrestler that's just massively. And I have body slammed a few girls. Okay, I can pick some people up, but I have to do what I can with my advantage.
I love it. And how long have you been in the wrestling industry?
Let's see. I moved to Orlando 10 years ago to pursue wrestling. So you could say 10 years is when I started training, but doing actual matches like Impact Wrestling, TNA at Universal Studios here in Orlando was my first TV matches, was about 7-8 years ago. And since then, I went on to other companies in other countries.
That's awesome. So you're traveling the world at this point.
Yes, I wrestled in Canada last September. I've wrestled in London, South Africa, Panama, all over the world, other independent countries. I've wrestled on WWE, AEW TV. One of my AEW TV matches on Dynamite was the same Wednesday Dynamite that Chris Jericho, Mike Tyson, and Sting were on that exact episode as well. I mean, having Mike Tyson on there was a huge deal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How was he meeting Mike Tyson in person?
I did not get to meet him. He was in and out, backstage and gone like that. Like it was like top secret service stuff.
See, that's one person I'd love to sit down and just have a conversation
Mike Tyson?
with. Oh, I would love to. I just want to know what's going on up there.
Maybe not much.
Like there's just like some of the moves that he's made, in business and everything. Like I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
From actor to a little bit of everything he's done.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's a WWE Hall of Famer. He found his way in there too.
You're right. I think I think they did induct him to the Hall of Fame. He did do some early stuff with Vince McMahon back in early 2000s.
Yeah,
90s?
he did.
I think in 90s then.
He did.
But yeah, you're right.
He did a great angle with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
It was one of those, it was kind of at a time where I wasn't watching wrestling as much anymore, and it got me back into it. I was like, oh, Tyson's showing up? All right. I think he went from right out of jail, and then he had that McNally fight, and then went to WrestleMania.
That's what's so great about professional wrestling is it's not just wrestling. It's not just entertainment. You have live, you have all this live entertainment. You have actors, celebrities, movie stars, athletes. You have the president of the United States today was, throwing Vince McMahon through a table in the early 2000s, so it's crazy to see what wrestling can draw in all around the world.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's ever been more mainstream than it is right now.
Yeah. But just having even in the early 90s or 2000s, they're always bringing in athletes, talent, superstars, celebrities. The current president of the United States, like I said, he was on WWE, throwing Vince McMahon through a table in the ring. It's just crazy to see, even to think that now. I'm just going to tell my kids one day that's how he became president.
That's how he did it.
That's actually how he became president.
So what clicks where this is what you want to do? You want to be a professional wrestler. When does that click in, and how'd you get in there?
So I watched it growing up. Who doesn't want to have a story to tell? Everybody wants to tell their own story, and they just love it, right? So I would go to Savannah Civic Center and watch, Batista, Rey Mysterio, all the guys growing up. I would go to the live events, but it just never was an actual oh, you can do this till I got older. So when I was an EMT, I saw these young women coming up like Charlotte Flair, like Sasha Banks, Carmella, all the top women today. And I was like, wow, these women are my age. They're not much bigger than me. Some of them are my size, Mercedes Moné, similar ones like that. And I was like, you know what? I think I could give this a shot. I did my research. I was like, oh, I just need to go to a wrestling school, learn, give it a try. If it's no good, I'll go back to the medical care, go back to being an EMT. And I just started pursuing it and just never looked back. So it was just really just seeing these young women in the business like Charlotte Flair, all these women changing the game, going, wow, women can do what men do. Women can main event. They're not bra and panties matches. They're not TNA like they were, you see growing up. So, and that's when it clicked with me, was about more than 10 years ago, because I was already an EMT and I was still thinking about saving up money and moving and looking at school. So maybe 12, 13 years ago, I was like, all right, maybe I could do this, but let me continue my work, save up money, pursue it when I'm ready to move. So, yeah.
And how do you get into it? Where do you start out? Because you got to go to school. Where do you get going?
Looked up, you got so many wrestling schools in Orlando. I just looked up random wrestling schools, called random numbers, jumped in rings. Devon Dudley's. I've trained with Lince Dorado, who's one of the three of the Lucha House Party. He was in WWE. Great trainer. Honestly, Lince Dorado taught me all my luchador moves. So, if you ever watched the Lucha House Party in WWE, they're the guys with the masks. They're flying off the top ropes. All the fun stuff. He taught me all that stuff. I've gotten to work with Devon Dudley. I've gotten to work with all these really great people in Orlando, Matt Seidel and so many others. So I just got in the ring and trained with whoever I could and paid tuition at random schools, or I'd pay a drop-in rate to jump in the ring and train, and pay a drop-in rate somewhere else and train. But Florida, coast to coast, lots of wrestling.
How long is the school? How long do you go to school for?
You never stop going to school.
You just always keep learning.
Yeah, and then you just train and train. I trained for a year till I had my first match. Maybe a little more than a year. And then I got better and better. I knew some people in the business, and they're like, you know what? We think you're good enough to go to Impact, have a TV match. And they'll decide there, the producers, the agents, the backstage people, they'll decide there if you're ready or not. And they threw me in there, and I just got my reps, and that was probably 2 years in.
Wow, so you got on TV pretty early.
Yeah,
That's
I got
exciting.
some early TV stuff, 2017, 2018. My first WWE NXT match was 2018 with Nikki Cross, and that was when it was the black and gold brand. And then 2019, right before they introduced the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, because that wasn't a thing. WWE didn't have the Women's Tag Team titles until it was January 2019. I did a tag team match with my partner Rebel, Tanae Brooks, and it was against Io Shirai and Kairi Sane. And then they introduced the tag team titles like that month later. And then unfortunately, that's when I was touring. I wrestled in London, South Africa, Panama in 6 months in 2019. I was really kind of on a roll. And then 2020 happened. And COVID and, the entertainment business just shut down. You can't have thousands and hundreds of people in a venue when everyone's sick. So then 2020 and things shut down a little bit and it slowed my career down. And it's like, okay, picking back up.
Is that where the morning show came about?
I met Russ at a local Orlando independent show and the Monsters in the Morning. And they had a couple other people on that show as well. And that's how I met Russ. And then he would be like, oh, just come on anytime you want and promote your show, your wrestling. He thought I was really good back then when I was really new. So I'd go on off and on throughout the years as a guest. We'd even do fun little, I don't know how they talked me into it, but Russ and them talked me into doing a Valentine's Day game, like a dating game show. And they had they had a bunch of guys email in and they brought 3 guys in the studio and we talked, but I couldn't see them, but they could see and hear me. It was a lot of fun. It was just straight entertainment.
Did you go on the date with him?
Surprisingly, the guy that won ended up having a girlfriend and flaked out on me. And we even got gift cards to dinner and stuff. So that was not cool, super shady stuff. But I ended up going out to dinner with another guy that had emailed in but couldn't get on the show. But that that was a fun time. And then ever since then, I'd go on. And then the last 2 years, that's when Russ was like, I really want you to work. I want you to be a part of the team. So I'm part-time on the radio. So I'll actually be on tomorrow morning as well.
Nice. I love it because I first heard of you from the morning show. I didn't know about the wrestling till after watching on the morning show.
My goofy, just silly side of it. Because they are so spot on. Sometimes when I'm on the radio, it's a 5-hour talk show. 6 hours for them. I usually go on 7 to 11. The first hour is just the boys, but sometimes I am on from the 6 a.m. and it's a long talk show, so I can't just be like Amber Nova, on that all the time the way I am in the ring. And they're like, the way you are with us, it's like, yeah, I'm goofy. I'm talking about live world stuff, and we're talking, to keep people awake in the morning. I'm hanging out with my Uncle Russ, and Ryan feels like a brother to me. Angel too. It's just hanging with the boys, talking to a huge national radio station all around the world. iHeartRadio. And if you forget that these people are listening to you driving to work and stuff, and I'll know because my friend will drive and I'll be like, just be careful when your daughter's in the car because you don't know what we're gonna say. It is adult radio, but they do say that the woman I am in the ring and the woman I am on radio is I'm silly, but when you see me wrestle, it's definitely different.
It's you just kind of amped up a little bit, right?
Oh, all the horsepower, all the torque, all the drive, Amber Nova, all the way. Yeah, that's the character I am in the ring. Just all gas, no brakes, hard hitting, daredevil, diving through the ropes, jumping off the top rope, crazy stuff that you would not expect from what people see as a small, petite woman. So that's what I love about women's wrestling. That's what inspired me.
It's exciting. I mean, bouncing all around the ring. I would say there was a time where I think the women's wrestling, when they did the first Evolution around that time, where the punches in the ring were better. The women were throwing better punches than the guys were. The matches were better. And
it's what people don't understand about wrestling is, yes, what we're doing is entertainment, but it is live entertainment. This is not a movie with stunt doubles where we can go cut, bring the stunt double in to take the hit and put the actor in, or whoops, that didn't look right. You slip, you fall, you get actually punched, you get actually hurt. All that we do, these suplexes, everything, you feel all of that. I've been wrestling every weekend for the last 4 weeks, every weekend. And I wrestled Sunday night out in Clearwater. And, I feel you get the back pain, the stiff neck, you have to maintenance your body, go to the chiropractor, get all the maintenance. So that's what a lot of people don't realize about wrestling. They used to think, oh, it's all so fake, right? So stage, I'm like, I'll show you fake and you're going to feel it and it's not going to feel good. So yeah.
Yeah, you hit that mat, you're hitting plywood. It's not a fun feeling.
Gotta have some springs and padding in there.
Oh no. So it's like, and most rings don't even have much of a give, like a small give. Like people think it's so soft. It's not. It's steel poles and then wood boards and then a thin layer of padding, thin, and then the canvas sheet that goes over top is so tight. When you hit it, it's like hitting the floor. It literally feels just about the same.
Yeah, Jeremy, you really got to know how to land right. You land wrong and it take you out.
Knock the air out of you. You know, you'll feel it all like inflamed in your ribs. I took a spear on Sunday and I'm still feeling it. Ribs. I took a spine buster. But I gave her a few things as well. So I countered a couple of her things and we had a good time wrestling. Me and this one girl we were both American woman and American woman, like both dressed up like Wonder Woman, American girl versus American girl, tit for tat, back and forth. And that was just so competitive. So I'm looking forward to that match when it comes out. Probably on YouTube. It'll be first the Shine 13th all women's Shine wrestling show.
Oh, cool.
And we do those out in Clearwater. Yeah.
You said that's coming out on YouTube?
Yeah, they release the matches on YouTube. They also have their own like prescription site, which is like wwnlive.com. So you can buy matches and order and watch it and stream live. They have their own stream live. So.
Oh, cool.
Just did that on Sunday. I mean, I work with all these different promotions. So.
Yeah, because I was going to say you have your MWO2. You've been doing. Are you contracted with anyone, or are you?
I'm not. So I'm an independent contractor. I'm not signed to a TV company yet. So I can go where I want, do what I want. And that's nice. Nothing holds me back. Like I can go wrestle here, wrestle there, make my name there. So.
What are those negotiations like when you do sit down with, a TNA or a WWE or an AEW? When, because when you're getting booked, I'm sure it's just an email from a promoter on the independent side. But is there a big difference when you sit down with one of the big companies?
Yeah, so they would bring you in and you guys would discuss and negotiate a contract whatever they offer you. Everyone is different. I don't know all the details because like I said, I've only ever been paid per appearance. I've gotten in talks or gotten calls close here and there, but it's all just timing and it takes time.
Yeah. That's got to be exciting, though, because you're building up and because there's eyes everywhere. All the independent shows, there's eyes, especially with YouTube and how much YouTube puts out there. Every match could be that match that kind of changes oh, shit, we got to look over here. So it's almost like you have to be on where, the house shows and stuff like that, kind of used to be you can kind of cash it in.
Oh, yeah. Back in the 80s, if you're talking about that, or like when the guys when it was just territories on like way before the 80s, they could do the same exact match with the same person 3 nights a week. And if it was only on TV once, they could do the other match, like I said, 3 nights a week in front of the crowds that were house shows and they weren't live TV, TV events because nobody had camera phones. No one's filming everything 24/7. They're not going to know.
Yeah. Now you have to be on.
Oh yeah, everything's, different, evolving, and you have to evolve and, adapt. You get left behind.
And you said something earlier about with the morning show, how long you guys film? Like, 5 to 6 hours. I was
so it's a 5 days a week, 6-hour radio show, 6 to 11 a.m. We stream it on our YouTube channel, then they put it up later on the podcast, but it's national, it's live radio, it's iHeartRadio. So, we have all the FCC rules. It's not just a podcast. And some people be like, oh, you're on a podcast? I'm like, no, I'm on like live radio. It's crazy. But yeah, going in the morning, we are on camera. So you have to, you're not just like back in radio days, they didn't have that. They didn't have to worry about a camera being on them. So that's what Russ would always talk about. But the guys, it's no big deal. They roll out of bed, they throw a hat on and a t-shirt.
Oh yeah, you're good to go. That's what I do every day. But yeah, Jeremy and I were talking because, we're like, man, how cool would it be? Because that's, that's the dream to, just have something where you can go in, talk, be on a show. And, how great would that be? And I watched you guys film at the Crimson House the one time I went down there. And I remember getting back with Jeremy. I'm like, dude, it's a lot of work. It's not.
No, 5, 6
It's
hours.
exhausting. You have like you have to always keep up with, like, when it's a live event, it's a little different, but commercials and ads and timing and when we're on air and you have all these people at a live event wanting to talk to you and they don't realize, like, I have 3 minutes to go to the bathroom and get back on radio, or like they always want to talk and it's like, I can talk, but I can't talk long, or you're trying to just be everywhere at once. So it is overwhelming at times, but I mean, it can't be any worse than wrestling, right? So I'm used to the chaos.
Yeah, that just blew me away. I didn't realize how much was into it and how much timing and everything. Like I told Jeremy, I'm like, shit, man, we get to that. We're going to have to wake up a little early. We're going to have to be ready.
6 hours
Are you guys
a day,
trying to
5
do
days
that?
a week.
I was like, right now, we could just kind of come in the studio. It's like, you want to do it at 8, 9, 10? Doesn't matter.
Oh,
just kind of whenever.
My hat goes off, like, to the boys, to the monsters in the morning. Like, they've been Russ doing this for 30 years. He's so great. I don't know how they do it. I could not do it full time. I'm so happy I'm part time. I go in 2 days a week. Sometimes one day. I didn't even go in last week. I was sick. I had terrible migraines, and so my schedule can be like fluctuated. Like, we do the Daytona Ocean Center show, right? I didn't go to bed. I forgot what time it was. I just know that I had to wake up and be on air at, I think they had me in a 6 or 7. I slept for 2 hours that night.
Oof.
By the time I got out of the Ocean Center, back home, shower, went to sleep, I slept maybe 2 hours, woke up, had to get ready for radio and go in Monday morning. So I usually am on like Wednesdays and Fridays. It's Real Radio 104.1, and you can download the iHeartRadio app. You can listen for free. We have a talkback function. You can click the microphone. You leave us like these hot takes, whatever you want to say, nice message. But we won't always play whatever you want to say. But that's fun because then like the fans can engage and they get to hear themselves on the radio. So it is fun, but it is exhausting. Like I said, hats off to the boys. They do this 5 days a week for 6 hours. Russ wakes up at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, he was telling me that. I don't know how he does it. And he doesn't go to bed till like 9 o'clock at night.
He
like
actually goes to bed early. Probably just, me, I have a hard time. Sometimes I have these late wrestling shows or I'm flying to another state. So then maybe I'm in California. It's a different time change. It's like back and forth depending on where I'm wrestling, and late night shows or early flights. And then it's like, oh no, you have to go to bed early because now I have to wake up early for radio. And my schedule's never the same. Theirs, they have a routine. They've been doing this for so long.
So you'd be great in the hospitality industry. You're ready for a clopen.
A what?
So we call it a clopen. So you close to open. So you'll be there till like 4 a.m. and then you're back there for breakfast at 7.
Oh, I did bartending. Yeah, I'm a certified bartender. I went to bartending school in Orlando, and then I bartended in Disney Springs till wrestling and modeling picked up. I didn't transfer my national registry and state licenses from South Carolina as an EMT over because EMTs don't make enough money to support themselves to, chase a wrestling dream and all that. But bartending did. So that's what I did before it all picked up. And then I met guys and like, now I work at the radio station and now I do modeling gigs or commercial work.
So what was one of your favorite things about the bar industry?
It was just fun. The people you meet, the conversations you have, because the bartenders are like therapists. People want to sit down, they want a nice cocktail, they just want to talk, and you just listen when you can. Now, if you're a busy bar, it's like, hey, I'd love to listen to your problems, but I got a lot of drinks to make. So I got to make, I learned, and bartending school was very fun. I got to learn all the nice craft cocktails. My favorites were, smoked old fashions is my favorite. I love to make a good smoked old fashioned, mojito, things like that. So it's just a hobby. I don't know if drinking's a hobby, but it's a little skill I learned and picked up that I do enjoy.
Oh, drinking is definitely a hobby. I mean, I had that hobby.
I don't think people would say
real
drinking
good
is a
for
hobby,
a while.
Drinking is your hobby?
It used to be. It was a great hobby.
Great hobby.
But that was one of my favorite things. Like when I used to bartend, I loved the after party. The after work. All right, let's have some drinks when we're done.
I never really got into that much.
No.
People still do it to this day. They still like that when you close at 12 or 1, they have they have to go out and have that beer. I was never that type of person.
Yeah, so same.
I just never felt like I had to run to another bar to pay $7-8 for a drink to feel normal. I could have a drink at the bar there.
I agree with you on that. Like, especially when you've been working all night and all day, like the hospitality industry, everybody would, and I went out a couple times, and for me, it was like, okay, I've done this a couple times with you guys, 3 times, handful of times. I'm not trying to go out and blow the money that I just made working at another bar. That makes almost no sense. It's just like I
stay at that bar and have a drink or two.
But that's smart. That's what a lot of people don't realize is how much money they spend at the bar after their shift. I mean, they'll blow half or more of their pay for the day just going out to a bar.
I'd rather do that like on my day off going somewhere, but not like if I just get done working. But yeah, the hospitality industry, I mean, I guess people did that a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely quite the party.
Do you feel it's gotten worse over the years?
I think it's gotten a lot better. I don't think people party nearly as much as they used to.
No. The younger generation doesn't drink as much. They don't go out as much. You don't. I mean, remember back in the day, you went out to meet people. You went out to meet a guy, meet a girl, whatever it was. And now you swipe right, swipe left. There's dating sites. There's Tinder. You slide into DMs. So going out to meet somebody for whatever your relationship status you'd like to call it, it's not really a thing anymore. And if you notice, there's not as many ladies' nights that there used to be.
No.
I mean, usually there was every Thursday is ladies' night, and every girl would come there for free drinks, so every guy could meet the girl or find the girls, and it's just not like that as much anymore.
Cowboys in Orlando still does that, and I only know because I like to go to Cowboys because I really like country music and line dancing and swing dancing. They do Thursday nights, but they're the worst night to go if you ask me, because they also do college nights, so they'll let all the college kids in and they'll have like X's on their hands. So you don't want to go on Thursday. You want to go Friday and Saturday.
Thursday kind of sounds fun.
So I'm guessing.
Besides wrestling, Amber Nova does like her country line dancing.
See, we got to get you here for the NSB Songwriters Festival.
What is it?
The NSB Songwriters Festival. I put it on every year. I fly in 20 to 30 hit songwriters in the country country sphere.
Cool.
Last year we had 31 number one hits in the festival. But it'll be awesome. Guys like Johnny Bulford, who wrote Lee Bryce's A Woman Like You.
Okay, yeah. I went to Nashville recently, and I went to like the songwriters room.
Yeah.
Where all the guys, they sit on stage, they write the songs, they sing the songs, and then they're the ones that actually sell the songs to like a big artist that you hear sing. So it's really cool. I actually did that just back in May. Yeah. So I know what you're talking about. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I bring them on. It's a 5-day festival. We do it at, I think this year it's 7 or 8 venues. I should know it's my festival, but 7 or 8 venues. And yeah, it's all throughout New Smyrna. We do it, it's a charity event. So we raise money for Music Cares. And what they do is they help musicians kind of down on their luck. And it could be with anything. It's not, they help with addiction, but it's not just addiction. They help with down payments on houses and stuff like that. Okay. But it's, it's cool event. They all come together. It's a nice little vacation for them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're still waiting for one of the hits to be written at the festival, but it'll happen.
Cool. Okay.
But yeah, the bar industry. What we were talking about, the parties after. Yeah, no, I think it's definitely changed quite a bit. There's people are more conscious of their money, I think, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, price has gone up. I hate to be that person. Yeah. Everything's gone up, but things have gone up. So going out to have a beer after work, a $2 beer, isn't the same as a $6 beer.
Yep.
3 or 4 of those, you're at a $20 bill. I mean, that's a big deal these days.
Yeah.
I mean, even I think I've noticed it at local places too. Just prices going up. Like even the local establishments are like, shit, we kind of have to too. So I think
but I'm starting to see more specials, more 2-for-1s, and more. A lot of that seems like it's coming back.
Do you guys watch Bar Rescue?
I do.
John Taffer.
Yeah,
I've seen it in a while, but I did. Were you on Bar Rescue?
I'm just like, a junkie on that. I would just binge watch Bar Rescue and John Taffer yelling at people. And it was always interesting to watch episodes during COVID, after COVID, the whole masks thing and the whole situation. But he even has like new episodes that have been coming out now, a new season. And he has a restaurant opening up in Orlando, Taffer's Tavern, I believe it is called. Yep. It hasn't opened yet, but I've seen the building, and so I'm looking forward to that. But like, I liked Bar Rescue because it really just dives into all the aspects of the bar that people don't. You see why bars fail, why they thrive, how the years have changed. Super cool. Figuring you guys in the bar industry, you probably know who John Taffer is.
Yeah, I actually got a call from that show before, and I got to see some of the inner workings of how they do it. Like, so,
were you gonna get saved or rescued?
Yeah, we were gonna get rescued. This is after I had left the place already, and they didn't end up rescuing it because they were taxes was an issue. They owed the government a bunch of money.
Oh.
But they were in the process of looking at it. They were looking at the books, and they were like, okay, this place, it could do something. We could make something out of it. I get a call from, I think it was like a Texas number. I answered, hi, did you work here? And I was like, yeah. Like, well, we're calling from Bar Rescue. And I'm like, oh, that's great, man. Like, that place could use it. Like, yeah, go for it. Like, well, we got a question. Would you like to come on the show? I was like, sure. Yeah. What do you want me to do? They're like, well, would you like to be fired on the show? I was like, oh, well, no, I'd prefer not to do that.
They wanted you to come on the show and fire you.
Yeah. So you
were going to be the not guy, basically.
Yeah.
You were the guy. They were going to come and blame everything on you. You were supposed to act a certain way, and they'll tell you to fire you, get out.
Yeah.
Wait, you're telling me that
after you already didn't work there?
So yeah,
it's all
at
staged.
least that episode that would have been staged. They wanted to stage my firing. They wanted me to get drunk, which I thought sounded fun. And then, they would fire me, and, the bigger scene I caused, the better. And then it got to negotiating, and I was like, look, how much are you going to pay?
Yeah, I got to make an ass of myself.
Yeah.
What were you at? What'd you ask
for?
They
maxed out at $30,000. And I said, well, that's not nearly enough for me to make, like, this is my career.
Wait. You weren't working.
I
thought you weren't working there anymore.
I wasn't.
And they wanted to bring you back to fire you.
Yeah, but this is my career. I don't want to
and give you $30,000.
And then everyone thinks I'm the worst GM in the world.
Like, no one's gonna.
They offered you $30,000.
They offered me $30,000 to get fired and drunk on TV.
Well, that means, $30,000 is a lot of money, but
Joe,
people are going to think that's how you really are. That's reputation.
I was like, I'm never going to get another job if I want. I'd have to wait 10 years. That $30,000's not going to hold me over.
No, you get another one somewhere else before the show comes on and before it airs.
Yeah, but what if they fire me because they saw the show?
They know it wasn't you.
It's tell them it's reality TV.
It's reality TV. All that shit's fake.
Yeah, I don't know. I was.
So you see the stuff that happens in wrestling, all the stuff that happens in wrestling. It's reality TV.
It's reality TV. Like you could, you were already not working there, right? If you mind me asking, did you quit or did you get fired?
No, I quit.
You quit there, so you didn't want to be there anymore. And did you have another job?
No.
Did you want to get another job?
I was going to eventually.
So why didn't you get another job and say, listen, they're bringing me back. They're going to fire me for drinking, and they're going to pay me money to do it. Like, it's a reality show. Everyone knows, though, that those are reality shows. Like, nothing on those things are real.
Yeah,
like, I would say 80% of those shows is fake.
I don't know. I just didn't go by the, any press is good press. I was like, I don't think that's good press.
True, right?
No, I get what you're saying, but that's...
Like, I feel like if I was a brand, that would have hurt my brand. Not that I'm a brand. I'm not. But, if I was, that wouldn't be good for my brand.
What if it hooked you to the next career? Could have been an actor.
See, now maybe I could have been an actor. And
right.
Been, I missed my calling.
You could have been a reality show star. Like, you and Pauly D could be DJing together or something.
He's a super nice guy, by the way. He is.
Cool.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Like, I don't know. I just didn't want to get fired on TV. I didn't want to look like a jackass on TV, I think.
That makes sense. You don't want to... I mean, I don't know, $30,000 is a lot. I could buy a new Nova with that and then just tell people, look, it was an acting job. I'm not really like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell them it's an acting job. It's reality TV. Yeah, I got fired on the show for reality. They paid me $30,000. Here's a check.
Yeah, thinking about it, wouldn't have been.
And I would have got another job.
terrible.
I would have got another job before that because when they film the show, they don't air for 4 or 5.
No, yeah, it's a while.
It's like 8, 9 weeks, 10 weeks down the road. They do like 10 shows and then they edit them and then they have the series. So
Yeah, if they offered you $1,000, I probably would have said no.
right, I agree for $1,000. I
Yeah.
agree 100%. But
Yeah, I would have said no for
30,000,
that.
30,000 to fire you.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I would have taken it.
I'd have taken it too. I'd have taken it and said, I'm packing my stuff after the show and I'm heading to Orlando where nobody knows me.
Yeah, thinking, why not?
I didn't know they would even offer actors that much money.
30,000?
Honestly,
Yeah.
most reality like acting gigs like $1,000 a spot, $500,
Really?
stuff like that. That's what
Yeah.
casting calls go for.
I could see
nowadays, that kind of stuff.
$2,500. Yeah, $2,500 maybe.
I did the Xfinity red couch commercial, and I got $5,000 for that, and that
that's
was
good.
just me
Yeah.
jumping off a couch and going, "Yay!"
You got $5,000 for that? Mm-hmm. But 30
Who's
grand.
your agent? Because I could use them.
So
Joe's his own agent.
no, I got that gig by getting drunk and going to Dollar Dog Day at the stadium.
Fun.
Yeah, we no, like it was Dollar Dog Day, and our one buddy got arrested because he hit Barry Bonds with a hot dog, and apparently that's assault. So he went to jail, and there's a jail in the Phillies stadium, so no big deal. We went and picked him up after, and then we went to get cheesesteaks, and I don't even remember where we were going. I was hammered at that point. We went to get cheesesteaks, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to tell us why you love Philly sports?" And we told them we love Philly sports because he just got arrested for throwing a hot dog at Barry Bonds for Dollar Dog Day. And then like 3 months later, they called and asked us if we wanted to be in a commercial. Yeah, the limo picked us up, and
$5,000 to
Yeah.
jump off a couch and say yay.
yeah, good times.
But $30,000 to get fired wasn't worth it.
No, I'd probably do it now.
Yeah. I would do
Yeah.
it. Everyone, it's
That's
reality TV. Like they would know it's not you.
Well, I think now, but back then, like everyone, everything was real. I don't think we knew reality TV was not real. Sometimes,
I think it's always been.
I mean, there's realism to it. I'm sure.
How much of bar rescue do you think it's actually real? I just don't think it's that
I
much.
think a lot of it. I think a lot of because of the questions they were asking, like I'm sure a lot of it's real. Like the financial aspect of it and like how much they're losing. That's realistic. So I'm
Factual.
sure that is. There's drama in every restaurant. I'm sure, Amber, the places that you did bartend at, I'm sure there was drama.
There's always drama
Yeah.
in any workplace in general, and especially in entertainment. But yeah, the restaurant business, definitely there's drama. People dating each other or crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think you can go to any restaurant in the country and just be like, well, we can make a reality TV show here. I mean, I
Probably.
think there's enough drama that, that may be. But yeah, I don't know. I think a good amount of it's real. I do, because look at what everyone's going through in the restaurant industry. This is one of the.
Oh, if we're talking bar rescue, I would say a huge chunk of that show is real, but it's a reality TV show. So yeah, I'm not surprised that they might have people go, hey, we need some. This is
Yeah,
kind
you
of
need a
boring.
little
We need to
bit,
make this
but-
a little more interesting. We need to make some dramatic episodes. But like when it comes to dating shows or those Love Island or those type of reality shows, for sure there's all kinds of stuff that like
Oh,
MTV
yeah.
ones where they cut and they twist things or they have people purposely do things. But yeah, it's a lot different than, a live action wrestling ring where we don't get to cut or stop or anything like that.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things about it. Because, you have to be on the fly. It's not going to go as planned. You
Gotta
have to
be
on
able
the
to work
fly.
and you're doing physical stuff in improv. So like if you get hurt or anything like, and that happens, I'm in the ring, like, yeah, you have to be able to improv, know what to do.
And the backstage life in, professional wrestling has got to be a little hectic because, on every card it says card subject to change, right?
Oh yeah. People miss a flight, people get injured, who knows what happens. So, I mean, half the time I don't know who I'm wrestling. well, half the time I do know who I'm wrestling, but it can change. But I've never wrestled them before. I meet them the day of the show. We just go in there and wrestle.
Because it was crazy. Like I know, like at the one at the Ocean Center, there was going to be a cage match, and I don't know what happened with that.
Right.
And then one wrestler didn't get his flight, and I was like, God, that's got to be a ton of shit day of.
Oh, I'm sure it's very stressful. I've seen it even at the biggest companies, big TV companies. Like, things happen. There's a hurricane, a storm, people don't fly in, or this or that. So live TV, they're still writing the show as the show's happening or right before it does.
That's crazy. Do you think it's that even with, like, say WWE, you think they're still writing the show mid show?
I know. Well, they have meetings, producers, agents, but yeah, if something happens on the show, let's just say, for instance, this happened not too long ago. There was a triple threat. It was 3 girls in the ring, and a girl got hurt. And the girl that was probably supposed to get pinned is the one that got hurt. Now they got to change the complete finish and entirety of the match, go to commercial break. The referee has an earpiece. They're being told, all right, she really got hurt. She was supposed to lose. We're going to have one of you two have to lose, and y'all have to do this match now for another, oh, crap, you have 8 more minutes till the next commercial break. Y'all have to now wrestle and do this for 8 minutes, and the ref will call stuff in your ear or whatever, and you got to just go.
And
for
then,
sure.
And then there's, I don't know if this angered you, but it angered me because I feel like I'm pretty smart, but they got me. Seth Rollins.
What about him?
That when he faked that injury.
Oh.
That got me.
Did he fake the injury, or was he actually hurt, needed some time off, and then he was better and came back faster than ever? But yeah, of course.
You know what? Yeah.
Or
right,
he did
sense.
fake the injury, and it was the shock factor and the shock value. So yeah, that's what they do. It's entertainment,
But I feel like I don't know. I was mad they got me.
We don't really know what goes behind. Like, everybody is a normal human being. They have normal lives. Things happen. Roman Reigns was battling cancer, or you never know what someone's really going through, why they have to step away or come back. But it's way more exciting when you say, hey, I'm hurt, and then go, ha, 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 suckers. No, I wasn't. Like,
well, yeah, guy's a genius.
I think the biggest thing that shocked me was John Cena turning heel with The Rock. Just like, definitely did not expect that. The biggest baby face in the company, 25 years running. It's his last farewell tour. He's with The Rock and Cody Rhodes. And when Cena turned and he did that facial expression in that moment when he dropped and then, kicked Cody, low blowed Cody. And it was just like, for me, like, I've been watching Cena since I was a little girl, like little girl crush. And I was like, man, never saw that one coming. But it was a matter of time. You had to see Cena be a heel. Maybe just to know that he can do it. Just the shock value, the people's faces, the little kids at home, literally in the crowd crying, going, I hate John Cena and The Rock. And they're like, just tears are coming down their eyes. It's all about moments. It's all about making them just forget about their daily life. And they're just so absorbed into this live action movie that they are watching as it happens. Like, and you just see all the reactions, and oh my gosh, like, even when I'm in the ring and I'm getting beat up and I look out to the crowd and the kids are like, no, you can do it. I've had these little kids who's like, you can do it. Get up, you can do it. It makes me feel so good that they're so invested in this superhero story of me, and the little kids are just the best. I usually have a lot at my shows, and then, the bad guys, the heels, they get to be the ones that make the kids cry, which I don't want to do.
Have you ever thought about it, what your heel persona would be like?
Actually, it's already been done. I started as a heel. My very first matches, my first few years, the TNA matches, Impact, I was a heel. I was not a babyface. I was a bad guy. And I was just like tough little girl, like this small little girl, but real tough attitude. Like, definitely don't need no man. I'm not primpy. And then I would use a wrench and I would cheat and hit the girls with a wrench or choke them out with a wrench and then throw it. And yeah, it's been done. I've done it. I could do it again.
See, I think that's where you go, and then come in with the Nova, like in the entrance ramp with the Nova. I think you got something there.
I drove the Nova to the ring a couple times, some outdoor shows. I do love it. Yeah.
Now tell me about this car.
Okay, so it's a 73 Chevy Nova, hence why I'm called Amber Nova. I'm the daughter of a mechanic, and when I was an EMT, I had another second. This is my second Nova, but I had another Nova. And the firefighters I worked with, they would be like, "Oh, what's up, Nova girl?" And that was just kind of my nickname, Nova. And then when I became a wrestler, I was like, "Well, who am I as a wrestler? Amber Flora is just too sweet sounding, you know?" I was like, "Well, I'm Amber Nova." And that just the car just ran with it. And I always wanted a classic car growing up, like in high school, because my dad was always restoring his classic cars. My brother had one in high school, and then I had one, and he taught me how to change the oil and brakes. And like my alternator belt snapped and power steering or something, and I have to put it on myself. So I know how to do some stuff. Definitely not nearly as skilled or just the wisdom my dad has with repairing classic cars. He does all the NCRA national judged ones. He's working on just $1 million Corvettes. They have to be by the book. It's just, so very nice. Mine's a daily driver. It's got nice, very cold air conditioning because it's Florida. It's a 350 Ford 30 over, so technically a 355 engine, which is nice. I don't want a big block. Like, I definitely would love a big block, but I drive it so much that I'm like, I don't want to fill the tank that much. I just need something that's a good cam, sounds good, hits the road. So yeah, that's the Nova, and bright orange, like you see on the shirt, which you can get at prowrestlingtees.com/Amber Nova. And I'm just the whole car girl. I'm all fast and furious, all gas, no brakes. You name it, all the car puns. I love them all. I don't like to be like corny, like 80s style with it, but growing up, I watched Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the 2x4 and the American flag. And I was like, oh man, that's so cool. And then there's there's Triple H with the sledgehammer. So I'm like, oh, there's Amber Nova with the wrench. And it was just like this character that I just always wanted to create. And it's kind of my daily life. So it is like the Nova's in the garage. It is my daily driver. It is my car. So it's not like I'm pretending to be what I'm not.
I'm saying it right now, Jerem. Amber Nova coming down the ramp, WWE, in at least 2 years with the Nova.
Yeah.
On Monday Night Raw.
Maybe a big pay-per-view. I think they do car entrances.
She went pay-per-view, not Monday night. She went pay-per-view.
Yeah, they do car entrances for pay-per-views, WrestleMania, SummerSlam. But maybe back in the day, Eddie Guerrero.
I was gonna say Eddie is lie, cheat, steal. He was always coming out with the
El Camino. No, it wasn't El Camino.
Yeah.
I don't remember what car it was now.
Yeah, him and Chavo.
But yeah, what about you guys? You know a lot about cars.
See, I grew up with a mechanic. My grandfather had his own auto body shop and gas station. So my dad's pretty good with the mechanics too. So I grew up learning from them. I've rebuilt my own Jeep. That was fun.
Nice.
I would love to do that again. But I'm into my taste on cars are weird. Because everyone think I'm into muscles and Mustangs and all that. Like the Wranglers.
Every guy is.
Yeah, I like Jeeps. I want some off-road stuff.
That's a Florida thing. That's definitely a New Smyrna Beach. I
want a beach cruiser, just something
that's why everyone
chill.
has up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I've gone fast. I don't need to go fast anymore.
Just want to be able to go in the Jeep over the
and
dunes.
Comfy. I need a real comfy seat.
No doors, no top.
No doors, no top. I don't want to wear a shirt. It can rain.
Don't even care.
No. That's the life right there. But Amber, we're getting to that point. And before we let you go, I want to ask everyone, you being, you were in the industry, so it's a beautiful thing. We have a segment called Come On, Karen.
Come on, Karen. Okay.
What's the worst thing you've seen in the restaurant industry?
Ooh. The So I'd have to be like, come on, Karen moment.
Right. The come on, Karen. Come on, really?
Gosh. I'm seeing stuff at Bar Rescue and all that, but I mean, we talking employees or are we talking like
It could be
patrons?
any. Yeah, the employee ones are fun.
Oh, I don't even want to think of it. I'm trying to think of what experience I've had.
You ever been fired from a job? Bartending?
No, I've always left it to go on to better. I was very well behaved.
You just walk in and get the job, or did people come and recruit you off the bar?
No, I would go and apply, pick my bars. My first bartending job was in Disney Springs.
That's a good spot to get your first one too.
Yeah, that's because I went to bartending school and I had the certificate right out of school, so I had the knowledge, the tools, and yeah, that was really nice to get that right out of school. I didn't have to go straight to the dive bars.
Yeah, because when you got to work your way up, you'd be able to skip some of it. And
but that's why I paid for the license.
Yeah.
I mean, the certificate to go to school and learn the cocktails and be prepared and know proper etiquette and proper knowledge to work in a nice restaurant and not just go slinging it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I have worked at little, club bars and things like that.
That's smart because that's where you're going to make your money. When you get
The
into
nicer
that
restaurants, the nicer bars.
Yeah.
You get, you hang around the nicer clientele. You don't want to be in those dive bars in the city and stuff.
No, because you're there to network. You're there looking at and that's the smart ones do that. They look at it as they're there networking. You're making money, but you're networking.
Same thing as in anything in life. The same thing as what people ask me, how do I get into wrestling? Like what you put in is what you'll get out. Like you pay for training, you pay for this, you pay to make your body look like a superstar. You're going to, you paid for a gym membership, you pay for this, like you're going to look the part. So I paid for bartending school to be the part of a nice professional bartender to get that job. So I shelled out a few $100 to go to bartending school and then went and applied for jobs.
What's the biggest tip you ever got?
Ooh.
That one guy there hitting on you left you what, $500, $1,000?
Oh goodness. I don't even know. I don't know.
And one guy's gonna take you away and solve all your problems, leaves you $1,000, nothing?
I mean, geez, that's maybe I should go back to bartending if you think that's I haven't bartended in a long time. So
you should see some of the things these girls get promised now.
It's crazy.
I've heard stories that I wouldn't be unprofessional like that. I don't know. I guess that didn't happen to me too often. And then even a Karen moment, like, well, there was this Disney Springs. They had bands that would sing at the Irish pub across. There's a young group of guys, and this young guy, he was Scottish. Yeah, he had some kind of Irish. He had an accent. He'd come into the bar, have some drinks, and go play every time. Well, one night, he got too drunk at my bar, and he comes behind my bar drunk, trying to like hug me or talk to me. And I had to throw him out. Like, this was when I was already wrestling, like training too. And I had to throw him out behind my bar. And I was like, come on, Karen. You can't come back here. So that would be my come on, Karen moment. Like, you can't just get drunk and walk behind the bar. You're going to get your ass kicked. If it ain't from somebody else, it's going to be me.
I love it. And people do that constantly. They will, no fucks given. They'll go right behind there.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
It blew
we got
my
money
mind.
back here. We got all kind of stuff. Like, get out of here.
And then they do, what'd I do?
What do you mean? What do you think? I guess there's plenty of those Karen moments where they send the drink back 3 times, or there's food, or I don't know, but I can't think of any moments quite like that. And if I could, they're not interesting.
No, see, you already had yours. That was a beautiful one. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Amber, I appreciate you coming on the show, and
Thank you.
We got you on the morning show. Where else can we see you up next?
Oh goodness. I have some more wrestling shows coming up this year. So I'm wrestling in Mount Dora, September 13th. I'm wrestling locally at Coco Convention Center for ALW again, and that'll be October 10th. I got live radio broadcasts October 10th with Monsters in the Morning at Universal Studios. So I have casting calls, modeling auditions. I got wrestling shows out of state. and then the live events at the radio station. But you guys can always listen to me on iHeartRadio, Real Radio 1041, and download the free iHeartRadio app. You can listen to me there, usually Wednesdays and Fridays, 7 to 11 a.m. I've got YouTube matches. You can YouTube some of my favorite matches is Amber Nova versus Yuka Sakazaki, AEW. Amber Nova, AEW Dark versus Rio. Some of my better TV matches. Some Japanese women that I got to wrestle. Amazing. And you can follow all my social media is Amber Nova 73.
Awesome, Amber. Thank you very much. It was good seeing you again.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
We'll talk to you.
All right.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is all for the show. But remember to like, share, subscribe, and check us out at Somewhat Tipsy Pod on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, and Jimmy, am I forgetting one? Spotify.
One day we'll get it all.
Yeah, we'll get it there. All right. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next week.
This episode brought to you by Stir Hospitality.
Go to stirhospitality.com if you are a new restaurant. If you're a restaurant that is not seeing the profits that you used to,
Bar and nightclub.
bar and nightclub too, they will get you back in the black. Stirhospitality.com.